You've been lied to. Not intentionally, but the advice is wrong, and it's been making you more vulnerable every single day. Stand up slowly. Be careful. Take your time. You've heard it from doctors, from family, maybe from a physical therapist, and it sounds right. Careful is safe. Slow is protected, except it isn't. Here's what the research actually shows. We'll get to the specifics in just a moment. But first, think about what happens in the split second before a fall. There's a micro shift in weight. The brain fires a recovery command to your legs, and your legs either answer it fast, forcefully, decisively, or they don't. That is the entire game. It unfolds faster than conscious thought. And caution, falls don't respond to your intentions. They respond to your power. That's not a metaphor. It's the specific mechanism responsible for most falls at home. And it's the mechanism that almost nothing in standard senior fitness addresses. Today, we're turning everything you've heard about fall prevention upside down. There's one specific exercise, that targets the real root cause of most falls in people over 60. Almost nobody is doing it. There's also a 4-week progression built so that anyone can start safely, starting this week. And there is a new mental model for aging that will genuinely change how you approach every single morning. Stay with me. What comes next might feel uncomfortable for a few seconds. Then it's going to feel like something very close to relief. Here's a number your doctor probably hasn't mentioned: 43%. That is how much leg power the average adult loses between ages 60 and 80. Not strength, power. And the difference between those two words matters more than almost anything else in your physical life right now. Strength is how much force your muscles can generate. Power is how fast they generate it. Speed is everything when you're trying to catch yourself before a fall. Think about the last time you saw someone almost fall. It didn't happen slowly. There was a stumble, a lurch, and the body either recovered in time or it didn't. Physical therapists working with seniors call this capacity reactive stepping. It's the ability to move a foot fast enough to interrupt a fall mid-sequence. And reactive stepping runs entirely on leg power, not balance, not flexibility, not traditional strength. Raw, fast, explosive power. Here's the part that should frustrate you. Low leg power predicts fall risk more accurately than poor balance scores. Multiple studies confirm this. Yet the entire balance training world, the wobble boards, the tandem walking, the heel-to-toe exercises, is targeting the secondary problem. The primary problem quietly evaporates with every passing year you don't specifically train for it. Your fall risk was never primarily about your balance. It was about your power. This distinction isn't semantic. It changes everything about what you do from here. The muscle fibers responsible for explosive movement, type 2, or fast twitch fibers, are the first to atrophy with age and inactivity. And here is the uncomfortable truth. Regular walking, normal daily activity, and most senior fitness programs don't come close to stimulating those fibers. You have to deliberately challenge them. Otherwise, they disappear. And when the reactive system loses its power reserve, everyday stumbles become falls. That's where the sit-to-stand comes in, but not the version anyone told you to do. Watch a 70-year-old with high fall risk stand up from a chair. Now imagine a 40-year-old athlete doing the same thing. The difference isn't caution. It isn't balance. It's the burst of explosive leg drive at the moment of weight transfer. That instant when body weight lifts from the seat and the legs must catch and control everything. Physical therapists call this the transition zone. It's 2 seconds, and it's the most dangerous 2 seconds in a sedentary senior's entire day. Standing up slowly doesn't protect you. Here's the counterintuitive truth. Slow rising means you spend more time in the unstable transition zone. Your brain gets less practice at rapid motor recruitment, and your muscles receive a signal that builds endurance, not power. Slow, sustained effort trains slow twitch fibers. It does nothing for the fibers your body actually needs in an emergency. The research makes this concrete. A study in the Journal of the American Geriatric Society measured something simple: how quickly you can stand from a chair. That single measure, chair rise time, was one of the strongest predictors of future falls and hospitalization in adults over 65. Faster sit-to-stand performance wasn't just a marker of health. It predicted health outcomes because it maintained the neuromuscular pathways that keep your reactive system sharp. Every stumble you've recovered from, every time you caught yourself, that was your power at work. Now imagine what happens when that power fades by another 10%, then another 10. The margin disappears. An ordinary movement starts costing falls you can't explain. Your body's been sending you a message. Every time you stand up, you may not have known what it was measuring. Now, you do. The slowness you've been practicing hasn't been protecting you. It's been training your body to be slower. And the fix, the one real fix, is something your neuromuscular system can actually learn in 4 weeks. But before you try the exercise, there's one more thing worth understanding about why it works. The name says exactly what this is, and it's nothing like what you're imagining if someone has ever told you to be gentle with your joints. Here's the movement. You sit at the front edge of a firm chair. Feet are hip-width apart, positioned slightly behind your knees, not forward under the chair. Arms can be crossed at your chest or extended in front for balance. You lean forward from the hips, letting your chin follow your knees over your toes. And then you drive upward, not gradually, not carefully. You stand with intent, with speed, putting everything your legs have into that single push. Then you sit back down, under control, absorbing the return through your thighs. And you repeat, 10 reps, once a day. That's it. What makes this exercise work is the demand it places on your type 2 muscle fibers. Your brain learns that explosive recruitment is required, and over weeks, it begins to restore neural pathways that had gone quiet from years of disuse. This isn't speculative. Physical therapists measure it in chair rise times. Patients notice it in unexpected moments. They get up at 2 in the morning, reach for the nightstand, and realize they didn't need it. Now, one thing is critical here. Explosive doesn't mean reckless. The lean forward setup is non-negotiable. It uses your hips correctly and protects your knee joints. Controlled drive is the goal. Power with intention, not flinging yourself upward. And here's one more piece of this worth knowing. The drill doesn't just build physical power. It trains your brain's anticipatory postural control, the system that prepositions your body before movement even begins. Every repetition is a conversation with your nervous system, a reminder that fast recruitment is available, that your body knows how to move quickly and safely. That conversation rewires something. And the timetable for that rewiring is shorter than you'd expect. Nobody starts this drill at full speed, not because it isn't safe, but because the body needs to relearn the pattern first. That's exactly what makes this progression work. Week 1. Raise your chair height 4 to 6 inches above normal. Use firm cushions, folded blankets, or a higher seat altogether. From this elevated position, perform 10 intentional, not explosive, not lazy, stands per day. The focus here is entirely on technique. You're teaching your body to lean forward before you push, to feel the weight shift into your feet, to use your legs as the engine rather than yanking yourself up with your arms. 1 week of correct repetitions, and the pattern is already beginning to consolidate. Week 2, you drop to a standard chair height. The pace increases, not to maximum speed, but something more purposeful than you've been doing. Energetic, deliberate. Your quads and glutes are going to wake up in a way that daily life doesn't produce. Some mild soreness after your first standard height session is normal and actually meaningful. It means the right fibers are being challenged. Week 3 is where the shift becomes real. You're now adding explicit speed and tension to each rep. Stand as fast as you can while setting up the lean correctly. The cognitive decision to move fast is itself a neuromuscular stimulus. Your brain fires different recruitment signals when you intend speed. Even if the actual movement doesn't feel explosive yet, the intent matters. Train it. By week 4, most people are genuinely surprised. Chair rise is faster. Standing feels less effortful. Some are completing the movement without touching the armrests at all. The goal now is 10 full explosive reps, a crisp, confident rise from seated to standing in under 2 seconds, performed once every morning, 4 weeks, 1 drill, daily. But the physical progression is only half of this. The other half is the shift in how you understand what's actually happening to your body. Most people over 60 have a particular story about aging. Falls happen because of balance, or dizziness, or medication side effects, or just getting older, something happening to you, mostly out of your hands. You work on balance when you remember. You hold the wall when you stand. You adapt around the limitation instead of addressing the limitation itself. That mental model isn't just inaccurate, it's actively misdirecting your attention away from the thing that actually needs changing, your power. Aging is not primarily a balance problem. It is a power problem. And power, unlike most things we quietly accept as inevitable, responds aggressively to the right training stimulus. Your fast twitch fibers don't retire because of your age. They retire because nothing is asking them to fire. Give them that demand, consistently and correctly, and they respond. This reframe changes your mornings. The explosive sit to stand becomes the first deliberate physical act of the day, done before you cross the room, before coffee, before anything else. Not because 10 reps will exhaust you, because 10 reps will signal to your nervous system that this is a body that moves with power today. 65 is not too late for this. 70 is not too late. 75, even without a history of structured exercise, the neuromuscular system retains enough adaptability to produce real, measurable gains within weeks. The research doesn't just suggest this, it shows it repeatedly across fitness levels and age groups. Your body has not given up on power. It's been waiting for you to ask. Here's what we covered. Falls aren't mainly a balance problem, they're a power problem. Specifically, the speed at which your muscles can respond when your body starts to tip. That speed lives in fast-twitch muscle fibers that degrade rapidly without deliberate training. The explosive sit-to-stand is one of the most effective, accessible, and clinically supported ways to rebuild those fibers. And the 4-week progression makes it safe and achievable for almost anyone starting from zero. Start this week. Raise the chair if you need to. Lean forward, feel the weight in your feet, and drive upward. 10 reps, once a day. Build from there exactly as we outlined. In 4 weeks, your chair rise will be measurably faster. Your reactive system will be measurably faster. Your reactive system will be sharper. Stumbles that used to become falls may just become quick recoveries. One thing before you go. Please speak with your doctor or a physical therapist before beginning any new exercise program. This is especially important if you've had a recent fall, a joint replacement, or a balance disorder. This drill is safe for most people when form is correct, but your situation is specific to you. A few minutes with the right professional can make this progression far more effective. If this changed how you think about your body, even a little, subscribe. New content goes up every week for adults over 60. Real, research-backed information about how aging works and what you can do about it. No supplements, no gimmicks, just what the evidence actually says, translated into something you can use. Share this video with someone who holds on to the wall every time they stand up. They're doing it because they think slow is safe. Now you know better, and so can they. See you next week.